Cody Bellinger at the top of the list, and the guy to the right, the dudiest dude in all the game, Kyle Schwarber. There was a power surge, and you guys are invited. Break it down.
I just got in my ear real quick. You know what your boy Paul Wayner's nickname was?
What's that?
Big Poison.
Ooh.
Wow. I like that.
That might be.
That was also my nickname in high school. Big Poison.
One notch ahead of Tongue Scraper.
Big.
All right.
Here comes Big Poison.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
What's up, ladies?
I'm not interested.
What's up, ladies? Just call me
no
BP.
part of that. No part of that.
Just call me BP, Big Poison.
Every time, I love having Mikey Lowell here. First off, World Series MVP, so we have to talk some serious offense right here. I wanted you to focus on a couple lefties who do it a little bit different.
Yep.
Cody Bellinger's more of a collision. There's not much going back. You talk about a man who's grounded in his lower half.
Ugh, ridiculous.
Schwarber. So take me through it, and I'll jump in.
All right, we're going to go in two pieces. Let's
Take a look
at
at
Cody
this.
Bellinger, because when we saw him coming up Rookie of the Year, MVP in 2019, you're like, wow, this guy's the creme de la creme. 911 OPS, pretty standard K rate, whiff rate's not too bad.
What the heck happened?
Exactly. What happened in 21 and 22? He was arguably one of the worst position players. You know, and it's hard to see such a great talent and putting together those numbers.
Dodgers were back
to see them drop to this. This is about 110 points below league average.
Yep.
You know, so you're like, what are we going to do? Well, Cubs, let's take a flyer on a guy. We know he can play great center field. We know he can play first base if we need him. Okay, maybe there's a little bit of resurgence. Was there a resurgence, DeRo? 939, they just took it from me, but okay.
And real quick, played golf with Will Smith during the winter meetings. We were driving a car. He goes, we are going to miss him.
Wow.
And I said, really? He's really struggled. He goes, DeRo, he added so much value. Defensively, he changed our team.
Well, there are two things I want to see. Let's just hold right here. I got to believe, A, sometimes change of scenery is good. I know LA's laid back and everything, but things get a little stale. B, I still am sold that front shoulder was not totally healed. So when I'm hitting and I feel like this is weak, I have to do something differently to kind of feel like to get to the point where I have my power. So what happens? Break down the mechanics, break down on your head and what you're seeing. So I feel like if you don't see the ball, man, it just leads to not being balanced, not being able to look for your pitch, and especially being able to spit on the pitch you don't want to swing at. Strike two is okay if then you can attack maybe the pitch after that.
And he looks healthy. Like, I went to the Met game the other night against the Cubbies. He was striding to the plate, and I was like, man, he looks good in his uni.
Well, he's always looked good in his uni, but he's walking the home plate with a little moxie.
Bam.
So I love this. There's numbers where he is absolutely destroying. We saw it earlier with JP Morosi, destroying left-handed pitching. I mean, he used to be an out. So what do you see here, DeRo?
Okay, so Cliff Floyd brought this side-by-side up a couple weeks ago, and I'm sitting here, and on face value, even myself, I'm like, I don't see any difference, right? And I had a couple big leaguers, ex-big leaguers go, hold on a second, there is something a little bit different. They said, look at his right hand, the batting glove, the Nike batting glove right here, right? This is when he was struggling a little bit, and then now. So what you see...
A little more load?
Right here, a little bit more. You're seeing like a crease in that. For me, it's my left hand. Here, instead of a flattening, if you watch Dustin Johnson, you watch golf, he is back. His left wrist is bowed, so he could just turn. And talking to Brian McCann about certain things, he said a lot of the Houston hitters, especially Jose Altuve, the guys who want to take their hands out of it. I was a handsy hitter. I wanted my hands to bail me out at the point of contact. Kyle Tucker does it. It is almost this golf swing where it's boom, it's here. And he's almost setting that bottom hand where all he has to do is turn and his bat's in the zone instead of having a little crease and it's more working like down on top of the ball, old school. I could be reaching right here, but I did have a few guys text me about this.
For me, DeRo, there are little tweaks that work for you that don't work for me. And you know, some people say, well, I try to swing down, I try to go knob. JD Martinez told me he tries to hit the baseball with his back hip. I can't fathom that thought process, but it works for him. So if we can show the graphic of what he does with two strikes, because this is so telling for me. When you feel comfortable about what you can do with two strikes, what it does is it allows you to take this pitch that you know you can't handle and live for another day. When you're not picking up the ball like we saw, he just had these off balance, you know, he's way open and it's this, and it's late on the fastball. You're kind of in between. You're behind on the heat or your head on the off speed, and you can't find your rhythm. When you feel comfortable, you're okay hitting with 2 strikes. This is ridiculous. I mean, look.
Wow.
Look at this jump. I mean, we're talking batting average. We're talking almost 170
The
points.
non-factor for 2 years, and now he's one of the best players in the National League. Keep it rolling. I know this is getting heavy with Kyle Schwarber. But this was a no-brainer. There's really nowhere, we did this on FanDuel, there's nowhere for Carlos Carrasco stuff-wise, the way Cody Bellinger's feeling at the plate. That he's all over that. So now spin me anything.
That's the biggest pitch for me right there.
God,
that was the pitch prior was the biggest pitch of that at bat. Because he was able to either set up one where you got to bring it more in the hitter zone, or you got to come with a fastball.
And there's not much going back. I mean, we're static and we're colliding with the baseball. But he's on his backside, nice.
There's balance. There's a
good balance there.
There's a big difference in balance. And, you know, this is crazy.
Wow.
I mean, you're talking a 244 slugging on off-speed pitching, and now it's 336 points better. I mean, the Cubs, I don't know if the Cubs saw something or they're working on something. We saw Mike Tauchman has made big strides there in Chicago. So I applaud the Cubs because I think everyone thought, hey, we're going to trade Bellinger, we'll trade Stroman.
I thought they were.
Yeah, and maybe the best move is holding on to your guys. Hey, they're a game and a half out of their division.
Yeah, I like him there.
Why
Get
not?
him up, keep you out of the nightlife in Chicago. Not that I know he's a nightlife guy, but I'm saying you got to get up in the morning. I played there for 2 years.
Let's go to
Get into
Schwarber.
Schwartz.
All right.
Do it.
So Kyle Schwarber comes into the league with the Cubs, and it looks like he hits the ball to the moon. All fields. Now, he has power that's absolutely ridiculous.
It's a joke.
It's turned into a little bit more of the 3-outcome type guy. So this is, I mean, in Chicago, you're looking at a big, strong guy. It looks like, oh, I'm just going to put the ball in play. I mean, the ball he hit in Pittsburgh still hasn't landed.
But you talk about, I want people to focus on from the waist down, right? Lower half. Run this. First off, that Cubby uni was a whiff for me. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts there, lower half. He's kind of hitting off his front side. He was just so strong.
And if we can pause there, if you go to the beginning clip, he's a little wider than he is in Philly, so you'd think he'd be more grounded.
Yes.
But there's a lot more movement back, a lot more head movement, and a lot more movement forward. Take a look at this, what he's doing now in Philly.
Watch
I mean,
this.
You see this? Look at the head movement.
He's got cement shoes on in Philly.
I mean, there's no movement. It's 2 or 3 inches as opposed to 10 to 12. Big difference. Now, you were mentioning DeRo. He's become a little bit, this is the one.
Yeah, I think being around him, I mean, he is trying to just annihilate. And I'm telling you, I couldn't get him out of that lineup. I just feel like every time he walks to the plate, it's going in the upper deck. And you kind of fall in love with the idea of that. And he's so confident in what he's doing. I mean, there's nowhere for Trevor Williams to go here. That's a great pitch. Throw it again. No, not that.
Well, he's in the leadoff spot, and he's turned into a little bit of, you'd be surprised. He's got 30-plus home runs, but he's hitting under 200. So why?
Gets on base.
And yes, exactly. He's kind of that mold, kind of the Acuna mold, where from Jump Street, you have to be very careful. And how about a doubleheader in the 4th inning of Game 1 where you have 2 homers and 5 RBIs? Is that a good start? You feel like you're going to have a pretty good
I'm telling you, WBC, he was watching Yu Darvish warm up in the 8th inning. He's got huge numbers against Yu Darvish. Do we have that home run? No? He knew he was taking him deep.
Yeah, I think we're doing Kyle Schwarber a disservice comparing him pop-wise. But
he hasn't won a World Series MVP.
One thing I do notice, most guys that are pull-side guys look for that pitch. And my approach was, I didn't strike out a lot. I struck out 70 times a year, 75 times. So I felt like, till I get 2 strikes, I'm looking for the pitch that I can do damage, because I felt like I could get a hit to right center. I didn't feel like I could drive the ball to right center. I'm not paid to get just a hit because I don't steal bases.
Yeah.
So for me to bring the most value to
Know
my team-
thyself.
Yeah, well, but it took me 3 years. It took me 1,000 at-bats in the minor leagues to know what I do
Your
well.
last 122 homers of your career were pulled.
Believe it. Yeah. I can name the 4 that went center field over. But you understand your strength, and then I feel like you asked me before the show, was Boston like a great thing for me? And Kevin Millar told me when I got traded over, he goes, don't let the monster get in your head, because if not, you'll be pulling balls over the third base dugout. And I tell you, I give Dave Magadan a lot of credit, because we worked on that back tee, and all I did was think up to middle, even almost second base exaggerated, because I was like, the wall's there. It's good for me. My swing is a pull swing. My contact point is a little out in front. The pitches I look for tend to be pulled. I don't want to waste them and pull them foul. So I think I concentrated in Boston to be more up the middle, and average-wise, I think it actually paid off. I think I was a more developed hitter. You know, you're a more mature hitter. But still, it didn't change. Where I could drive the ball was left center over.
He should probably still be in Boston. But that's
they
a
miss
story
him.
for another
They miss
day,
him.
Robert.
Yeah, that's great. And those 122 homers that you referenced, that is the longest streak on record.
Yes.
Really? Pulling home runs.
Take that to the bank.
And only
tongue
75
scraper.
strikeouts. Only 75 strikeouts is crazy. Freddie
Absolutely.
Freeman was on the show earlier, and he said he tries to strike
Oh, I
out
was
under
punching out north of it.
100 times a year.
Great stuff, guys.
That's
Good
awesome.
stuff.